This is the Ten of Pentacles. The original symbolism is quite busy. There's an old man sitting on the far left with a really interesting cloak, lots of sort of grape type symbolism on, and other symbols. There's an archway towards a city in the background, in front of which there's a man holding a spear, talking to a female, and there's a young child sort of holding onto her red robes. And then there's, I think, 2 dogs in the picture. Pentacles are arranged in the Tree of Life formation from the Kabbalah. I wonder if the old man represents like Saturn, like time, or it could be related to Buddhas because there's an association with him having 2 dogs as the herdsman. Anyhow, what we have here is an inverted T, top of which we have a sleeping bird and what looks a bit like a snake leaning down. Also looks a bit like a banana. So lots of phallic symbolism. There's a beautiful bird off to the right-hand side, and then what looks like loads of other birds sort of feathered out on the left. This inverted T would be a Tau cross, which is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It's also Chi, which we get the cross symbolism. Inverted would be eat or eaty. And from what I read on the internet, it's sometimes used to denote a master mason, as in someone who was a past master mason. So over on the right-hand side, we have this beautiful bird. And I always feel a bit daft when I talk about this because I don't actually know what any of them are. I just know that this one looks particularly beautiful. That the upright portion of the T has horns in their face and is carrying some kind of staff or rod that also looks like a bit like antlers. It actually looks a bit like someone doing the splits. Also looks a bit like a totem pole. It reminded me I got a free shot in a bar a couple of years ago for doing the splits. One of my party tricks. So there's that bird that's lying down and then the snake coming in. I think these 2 might have met on Tinder. What looks like reeds or rushes in the background there. Bottom left, there's these what look a bit like birds, or the back of a headdress perhaps. I can kind of see like a balloon with a light in it. And if we pretend this isn't phallic symbolism, these could be 2 characters. It look really interesting in what's happening with those other 2. Kissing, the ones that met on Tinder. Then there is a little snake sort of looking down here in the middle as well. I kind of see in that original card that like all of the aspects of creation are present, with the tree of life, the male and the female, and references to constellations and the archway. And I guess this top part of this looks a bit like an archway as well. But in some way, this also depicts the secrets of creation or aspects of creation, because everything's happening behind this inverted T, which denotes mastery. And if I was given this card to someone today, I would suggest there was a new relationship on the horizon. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.